Yay!
Teaspoon.
This is a teaspoon. As you can see, it's got the conventional spoon-shaped edge here, the dished-out scoop at the end for shoveling its contents, which in this case is a tea bag. Also, you stir the tea like that. And yoghurt. This teaspoon can also be used for yoghurt. Despite the name of a teaspoon, it can also be used for coffee and other things like that. This is a teaspoon as well, but the crucial difference between this and this is this has an ivory handle, which is made from elephant's tusk, which they're not allowed to do anymore, but this one is a high quality instrument of spoonage quality, and this could cost you up to £5,000 on the auction house, depending on what kind of idiot you bought it from. This is a sugar spoon, and I got it confused with a teaspoon, but I won't make that mistake again, because it's clearly distinguished from a teaspoon by the fact that it has a longer handle and the dished out scoop is channelized shorter, believe it or not. It's much shallower, and the metal is a special sort that means the sugar won't get wet when you get it out the sugar tub thing. Next one. This is a soup spoon. As you can see, it looks a lot like a dessert spoon, which is the sort of spoon you get on a table for eating your main course, funnily enough. But the thing about this one is it's got a round edge, which helps when you're eating soup, because it fits in your mouth easier, and you can do that with it, which is useful for when you're sipping soup like that, which a lot of people do, believe it or not. The handle is very, very comfortable, so it fits in your hand nice and easy, and this sort of spoon would cost you around about 60p, depending on where you bought it. This is a dessert spoon. You can see it's got quite a long handle, this one. It's a fairly unique example because of the length of the handle. You can use it for eating ice cream or any other sort of dessert you like. Although it's got a dished out deep bowl at the end. Although many people actually prefer to use a dessert spoon for eating their main course nowadays, which is, although it may seem remarkable, it's completely true. Now this spoon is also a dessert spoon, but it has a really pointy end, which is ideal for sticking it into hard things. This spoon may look the same as this spoon, but it's not. As you can see, if you look closely, it's much longer. And this would be good if you wanted to have more ice cream on the end of your spoon and eat it without the spoon sort of bending, which can happen with your weaker spoons, such as the plastic spoon here, which I bent earlier in order to demonstrate this. Yes, look at that. Useless. Whereas this spoon you cannot bend. No matter how hard you try, it will not bend. Expensive. It's very expensive, this spoon, because of the quality of the materials you need to make this. The nickel carbide in this spoon will cost you around £10,000 per gram. This spoon is also a dessert spoon, but it's got an embossment on the handle of a piece of corn. This was clearly offered in a promotional deal with some cereal or other, as these sorts of spoons, despite their name of dessert spoons, can also be used for eating cereal.
Breaking Weetabix.
It's, yes, this spoon appears to have been endorsed by Weetabix. If you turn it over, you can see the maker's mark there. It's stainless steel, and I would value this spoon at £1. These two spoons are camp spoons, part of a set. Now, as you can see, they've got a flat handle, which is good for storage and also for comfortability in the hand. General use. You can use this for serving, you can use this for eating, you can use this for anything you want. And as you can see, I have a set of two here, which may look identical, but they're not. This one is made of a completely different material to this one, because this one is like that one, only this one's more shiny, if you understand that. Thank you. Right, these are serving spoons, which when you're like in a restaurant somewhere and they've got 3 vats of something up there, the chances are they'll be serving it with one of these. Now these are too big really for eating if you've got a normal sized mouth. However, if your mouth's about my size, you can still get it in there. Like that. It might actually touch my thingy at the back of my throat, but it doesn't actually hurt, believe it or not. Or make me sick. Right, Next, it's the sieving. I call this the sieving spoon because it's got the drilled out holes at the end, which means you can ladle up things like spaghetti, sieve out the sauce, and then serve it onto the plate, like so. It's also got a long handle so you can get right to the bottom of the vat you're serving it out of. And I think this spoon is one of the most versatile on the market today, as you can also hang it like so from any kitchen utensils you want. You can put it on a cupboard, you can put it on a sort of specialised hook. It's not to be used out of a kitchen because it really is far too big for your mouth. Because of the sheer quantities they're producing these in today, you know, like 10,000 a minute, you can pick one of these up for, you know, 18p or something, despite its size. Now this is quite a large serving spoon, but you can, as you can see, use it right at the bottom of the jar. And the advantage of having a bigger dished out scoop area in this one means you don't have to do as many scoops in order to get the same amount of product. And this is a huge advantage over a long period of time in a restaurant, you know, when you're under high pressure in a cooking environment. This particular example is a Mermaid Pyramid Samuel Groves Limited, made in Birmingham. Right, next spoon. This is a very, very long-handled example. As you can see, it can reach right down there, and it's a bit bent now. But if I could just, there you go. It's straight now, fairly, and you can reach this right down into the bowl, and you can sort of scoop around, get your stuff out, and then pour it into your customers' bowls, if that is what you want. I love spoons. Right, this is a wooden... Finally, the most extraordinary example that we have here today, despite all of the other spoons we have here today being made out of metal. This spoon, believe it or not, it's wood! Can you believe it? Now, the problem with wood as a spoon making material is it does tend to be slightly porous and absorb some of the contents of the bowl you're serving it out of. However, it tends to lose far less of its sort of chemical compounds to the dish, and as a result many quality cooks now favour wooden spoons over their metal counterparts. I thank you. This has been the Spoons documentary, and I like spoons a lot. Yeah.